Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Sunday, the 17th. Hold on. Oh, that isn't cool. Let me get the right words here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How ironic. I start the stream and it causes it to go bad. Let's get that done. Update all. I don't know why it didn't. How's everybody doing this Sunday morning? Let's see, we're outside of Atlanta. Sunday, August the 17th. Got to get these little tags in here. We should be good. Now, why does Restream have anything to do with the video playing on YouTube is beyond comprehension. That's too funny. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy morning. Happy day. Happy whatever the hell this is. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. I think we're live everywhere. No, we are not. Why are we frozen on TikTok? No, not on TikTok, on YouTube. Interesting. Literally frozen on Restream now. What's up, Lazarus? Yeah, that's not good. There we go. Let's try that again. All right. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I think we're there now.
Yo, hey, tell them. Yo, I trade anyone, toe to toe, let's go. Come on alive, choose your weapon. Yeah, SP.
Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Larry Cooper, and God bless you. Good morning, Guy Berger, Kirk Brown. Well, I think we're up now. All right. I was able to throw some words up. Went quicker than I thought. I used CapCut.
Never take from me what I meant today. I was forged in the dark and fake. Trainers better run from the bark in the park. Boy, go take it, tread lines, headed shoulder patterns. Feet up and ashy, you make me laugh. You get my blood the ball before the old ways. Don't work, come to the winning side. Baby, safety trade system.
thought it turned out pretty nice. Happy Sunday morning to everybody. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for the prayers and the blessings for Keith, especially for my beautiful wife, Bree. And of course, I appreciate them all too. Return blessings to all of you. All right, let's get going. Let's get some call outs in. Well, do you guys want me to call out the symbols for tonight, the 35 symbols first, or do you want me to go ahead and do the BRiBOT testing stuff for you? We have some new codes that it's looking at. What would you like to be done first? This ought to put my computer in complete tailspin. 8/17/25 Sunday. Swing trades, you name it, whatever. Scout, futures, all that good stuff. You guys choose. BRiBOT. That didn't work out, right? All right, let's see. Let's look at the BRiBOT if it's cool with everyone else. BRiBOT. Oh, okay, sure. Thank you, Sally. Wow, very few people here this morning, but the first ones. Good morning, Odin. How much is the bot? It's not for sale. If you're in the system, it'll be really cheap for you, $200-300 a month. If you're not, it's going to be about somewhere about $1,000 a month, maybe a little bit more, depending on which symbol you're going with. It's not been released yet. But good morning and welcome to the channel, Odin. Larry says BRiBOT. Sally says BRiBOT. Call outs, thank you. Well, Kirk, you're outnumbered 2-1. First person to do it, but we'll get to it, Kirk. It won't take but a minute. All right, let's go ahead and look at it. What you're going to notice, a whole bunch more lines. Unfortunately for us at the moment, they're not lining up. But we're getting there. All right. All right, now, this is a challenge we're running into. Have a little trouble reading the sniper correctly, but there's the blue, orange, pink, and green. They're supposed to be all like right here. So they're a little bit off, but the great Keith Palmer's on top of that. We'll get it all straightened out. But it is still reading things correctly to a point. It's just not reading the secondary, well, it's tertiary, the third part of getting into the trade. So we'll get that tidied up here soon. I thought there was another 4-hour over here. Hold on. There we go. All right, now let's see if this one's any better. We're looking at the 4-hour charts right now. It's going to be calling off the 4-hour, 1-hour, 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute, I believe, are the ones we're doing. Morning, Sog. Thank you, Sally, for the kind words. All right, so let's see if this one was being read correctly. I can't remember if it was or wasn't. All right, as some of you may or may not know, The orders of operation for the BRiBOT are very specific. Yes, this is correct. Correct. The entrance would be right here. Yes, that is correct. Okay. So on this particular symbol, we're going to zoom in way in. This is a 4-hour buy. It's going to enter right when it crosses the orange line right here. So you can see the correct call. It's a debate whether we can catch it as it crosses it live, or we're going to have to let the candle close on this. Either or. We'll do both. Let me get in here a little bit deeper. All right, so you can see step 1, perfection, saw it. Step 2, perfection, got it below. Step 3 for the entry, correct. So let let the little headlight trading, it let the udders form perfectly, and now you can see the trade. So this is absolutely perfection on this particular read. Yep, boom, boom, up she goes. Okay, so let's take a look and see how many pips this would have been, and if there would have been any drawdown whatsoever. And I see a little bit there. I see about maybe a 15, 20 pip drawdown right here. And then it went straight up here for 109 pips. So you'd have been a 20 pip drawdown on the pull down, and then about 100, 120 pips up immediately. Now, did it go down below here again? Let's see, right here. It did. And then proceeded to drop about 50, 60 pips. But holy tomatoes. Let's see what this here up would have been. 668 pips. Holy shit. You're dealing with 4 hours. This is going to turn into thousands of pips right here. Yeah, you can see it. Holy shit. We never got tapped out again. This is going to be big. So you would have got your initial 100 pips. The bot would have stayed open if you check your runner, and then this would have been just thousands. It's still going up. So this is an active trade, still going up. I can't even get to that. If you'd have put $1 into the robot, 0.01 lot size on NAS, you'd have drawn down maybe 60, 70 pips at the most, and you'd have made 2,798 pips, 2,800 pips on one trade, and still going, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and say the 4 hour on that particular read is correct. Yay. And we'll tighten up the other one. I'm going to go ahead and whip down to the 1 hour so we can see a few more trades. Oh, does anybody have any questions over this particular read and this particular trade? The robot is scanning all 6 indices at once. It's scanning here. You know it's over. It's scanning all 6 indices at once. It's scanning all both time frames at once, and is looking for over a total of over 100 different indicators to align. When it comes up to the right scenario, it calls the trade. It will then check to see that there's the right entrances, order of operations for entrances, and then it will enter the trade. There will be a, Lord willing now, it's going to be fully automatic, and we're going to have it so it has a stop loss built in, has your take profits built in, and you'll have a button that you can press to turn on the runners. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That is a mind-blowing one, Sally. Good morning, Lachey. Good morning, Tony Gold. Grand Rising. I kind of like that. Maybe I'll start using Grand Rising. Is there no other better way to say good morning? All right. Any questions over that particular trade? Beautifully called, beautifully executed, beautifully spotted, beautifully entered. Good morning, Amy Lou. What's up, Amy Lou? All right, so no questions. I'm going to go on to the next time frame. We'll look at that. Don't worry, we're still going to call out everything, I promise. All right, now we're on the 1 hour. Now again, as we're going over the BRiBOT, it has some new code. It has entrances codes. You're starting to see the entrances of the trade being called. We're looking at the 1 hour call now. Good morning, Stacy Ocho. Good morning, Amy Lou and Sally. Good morning, good morning. Good. Here we go. So now we have to go down to here, and it's the 1 hour, and then it's the 30-minute. So let's go to here. Okay. So let's see. Again, order of operations. The robot is currently looking at all 6 indices. It's looking at it on both time frames, whatever time frame we're on, the 1 hour, and it's also reading the 30-minute. And then it's reading over 100 different indicators, including and especially, matter of fact, the only thing that really matters is the Bach down here. It's reading this, the sniper. It's reading the sniper nonstop. And then it reads all these others, green, 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 red, green, greens, what's happening on the 30-minute. Is there a broken bot against a not broken bot? Is it going to the blue line? Is it not going to the blue line? And so on. So it's reading all of this to come up with these lines. And you saw the development of this over the last several weeks. Well, hell, probably a month or so now. And what you're seeing is we originally had to spot the trade, and now it's spotting the trade 100% correctly. Then it's showing where it's going to start to read for entry on the trade, and that is 100% accurate. Having a little trouble with the entrances on some trades. It's not reading the entrances properly yet, but it will. And that's what you're doing. So right now, the whatever color you want to call that, goldish brown, I guess, brown. Yes, it spotted the trade correctly. Yes, it started to read the trade correctly. And it did an entrance. Now, I don't know about the entrance on this one, so let's swing over to here. We got to go to the 30-minute anyways, but let's see. Yes, it formed properly. And yes, it called. All right. Let's see. Now, it called it, but the close of that candle is not correct. It didn't close above. It would have closed below. This one should have been the correct call candle right here. Yeah. So this one should have been the correct call candle. So we're off just a little bit. I don't know why it's reading that one. It should have been this one. This is a down. It would have closed. The close of the candle is because it's a red candle. Would have been down here. Oh, holy shit! Hold on a second. I forgot. These aren't my. These are my candles, not the candles. Shit. So this is actually a green. I'm sure this is a closed out green top candle. Fuck. That's cool. Now we know. I'm going to have to pay attention to that, though, when we go forward. I forgot. We're overriding with my color change candles. Good morning, not today. Good morning, everybody on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We're reviewing some robot code. Then we're going to go into the signal callouts for later this evening. Good morning, Lazarus on TikTok. What's up, Kev Alterman, Larry Cooper, Odin, Joe Bigga, D Nice, Roy. Welcome to the channel, Aliyah, Life Strategies for You, Scar to Go, and RB43. Morning, welcome to the channel. Good morning, Ace Bullet. What's up, Ace? Good morning, Taraya Edwards. Great day. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for something to place the good morning because the morning is supposed to be morning. You're not supposed to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. All right. Still close enough for the call. Let's see if there was any drawdown. Either or candle. It would have been here. It would have went up. No, it would have went up immediately 115 pips, 120 pips. Zero drawdown. Now, if we're going to go ahead and do this one right here, though, we're going to have to do this. Then it would have went down about, so zero drawdown over 100 pips on the initial call. You'd have been out of the trade. If you'd have put your take profit to break even, it would have tapped you out right here. You wouldn't have been able to run the run. Now, eventually, will the robot be smart enough to re-enter? Of course it will. So it would re-enter on this trade right here. And it would re-enter right there. Again, looks like a zero drawdown. And then, yeah, then this would have been thousands of pips. So, yeah. So initially, zero drawdown over 100 pips. And then if you're going to go ahead and try to let the runner run, it would have been tapped out and you wouldn't have been able to stay in the trade. But eventually, we'll have re-entries for y'all. Taraya Edwards, thank you for being on TikTok and YouTube. It's my time. It's my time. It's now or never. Good morning, Taraya Edwards on both. Not today, Stage Ocho. Amy Lou, what's up, Amy? Sally's number one today. About time a lot of women are here representing. All right, so that was a nice little trade, I'd say. Correctly called out. Aha, here's some more. Now, let's see how these are looking. Oh, and more and more. Oh, good. Let's see what's going on. All right, so this is the very next trade. Let's zoom in. These lines that you're seeing, no, this is incorrect. So let's zoom in and why this is incorrect. Correct on here. So the first step was correctly spotted. Picked its low. But entry is not over here. This is wrong. So it's not reading the sniper correctly. Keith is fixing that. So it should have been crossed. Should have saw. Let me zoom in a little bit more right here. Okay. It should have called the trade right here. Either one, but one of these two candles it'll call the trade on, not this one. That is incorrect. When the trade is engaged, let's see, either or doesn't matter. If it would have been, this one would have closed over, so it would have technically been this one, okay? So here, was that about a 25, 30 pip drawdown? 190, and then an immediate 190 win, and then it wouldn't have been nowhere near the stop loss, by the way, so it'd be fine. So 190. Yeah. Does it reach? Was it able to withstand the draws? No, it would have been tapped out over here. It would have had to do a re-entry, which it would have. Eventually, not now. There'll be no re-entries of trades when the robot first comes out that I'm aware of anyways. So you just settled for about a 50, 60 pip drawdown and about 190 pip take profit one, which it did hit. Yep, both of those. We hit those. Yep. So there you go. Let the runner run, move it to slightly break even. It will do it automatically for you. And then it would have been tapped out several hours later. That's a good trade, though. Nice trade. You may have covered this and I simply missed it, but what is going to be the best foundation setup and preparation for the fabulous BRiBOT on our end? What site, broker pair will we want to look at? I can't tell you the site. You can use any broker you want. I'm not a financial advisor.
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
But what you would be knowing is It's going to be trading on NAS/SPX will be the first two symbols, and then it'll be trading on every symbol ever. But the first two symbols will be NAS, NQ1, SPX, and ES1. And the realistic one is I would trade SPX. Because, for instance, if you have a 30 pip drawdown on SPX, it'd be $30 drawdown. And if you have like a, I don't know, $250 account, $500 account, you can eat that drawdown without an issue, and then you go up. Now, as far as brokers go, it's going to be running on TradingView. Well, it's going to be running TradingView, calling it to MetaTrader 4/5 on demo only. So you guys are going to have to engage your active trading if you want to make it into a live trade. You can copy trade the robot from what it's doing to whatever broker you want it to trade on, kind of like you do for your funded trader accounts. What's up, Janfly, this guy? Good morning, Jan. So I hope that answers your question, Amy Lou. Can't tell you the broker, but you can use the robot to ding over to MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. You can use a copy trader to any other broker you want to use the trades on. I mean, that's up to you. And if you're looking at hour trades or 4-hour trades, you will literally have hours to make a move. I mean, hours. Now, if you're looking at 15-minute or 3-minute or 5-minute or 1 minute and 15 seconds, no. You're going to have to move quick. You'll have to watch the charts. And then eventually we'll have it running on the 3-month, weekly, 3-weekly, monthly, 3-month, 6-month charts. And those will be just, you might as well just, like one of our members said, I'm just going to put it on my retirement accounts. I was like, yep, that's all you need to tell me. I couldn't imagine. Just look at all those closed trades I have on the 3-month, 6-month trades. Crazy. You're welcome, Amy Lou. I swear, I think we have more females here this morning than we do men. Ha! Awesome. We have Amy Lou, Jan, Thing, Sally. We got a good representation, I'll tell you that. We might even have 50-50. And what's ironic is in most financial fields, it's about 90% men and 10%. That's our breakdown actually on YouTube too. I personally like when the women are around. All right, well, that was a nice trade. Here's one, okay? So here's a spotting of a trade right here. You can see this. What color is that to you guys? Brown? I don't know, whatever this is. All right, it spotted the trade, but it never made the call. So that's good. Spotted the trade, no call to be made. The robot is that smart. It'll realize, nope, nothing to be called, nothing to be made here. Yep, we're good. All right, so no call on that trade. Now, wait a second. There should have been a call to trade here. Hold on. I'm going over this like, well, no, this should be a trade. Let me go back over to here. Yes, this is where a trade should be, but let's check all the different symbols here. And ES1 and SPX is fucking up. US 30. So that is incorrect. Now, let me see something really quick. Watch this cute little feature. There we go. So if I put it to just require 2, yeah, okay, we'll go back to 4. Okay, that's still cute though. All right, so didn't see this trade, but we can probably fix that very simply. If it was going to see this trade, it'd be 1 hour, 30 minutes. Did the thing go below? It did. pink cross. Yep, it did. Entry would have been right there. It did. Okay, yeah, it would have made money. Okay, so yeah, this trade would have entered in. It's over. We're doing BRiBOT back testing for an upcoming robot that's going to be released soon. It would have entered in somewhere around here. It would have immediately made 30 pips, no drawdown. Then it had about a 10, 12 pip drawdown. And then it would have made 400 pips up. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say we got this thing down pat. Keith will get it tidied up on the entrances here. All right, so that's good. Next one. And it called a trade. Interesting. Let's see what's going on here. This looks like a correct entry site. Finding of the trade was correct. The pullback down was correct. Little interesting on this. Yeah, I don't see that's not even the right entrance right here anyways. No. So the entrance would be interesting. I'm trying to see why this trade would have been called. Looks to me like it should have self-tapped out right there. Yeah, this is no longer a buy stop. Yeah, that's not a good trade. It shouldn't take this trade. You'd have made some money on it. Let's be clear on this trade. Entry there, you'd have made 7, about 30 pips, about a 30 pip drawdown, but it shouldn't have took the trade. By the time the engagement happened, right here, it was all red. You can't take a trade when it's all red like that. It's got to be smarter than that. I don't know why I didn't catch that. So, yeah. Good morning, everybody on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All right, we're going to go back and check another grouping. We're looking at 1 hours. We looked at a few 4 hours, 2 or 3 of these 1 hour so far, 3 or 4 of them. It did good on a no call, did great on 2 of them. There we go. And of course, this is nowhere near going to be correct. All right, this is the first time up. It is. So let's see over here then. What do we got? Snipers in right position. It is. All right, now what is it doing? It called the trade to look for something here. And then it said it went underneath here. And then the entrance, this is all wrong. Everything's wrong. And then the entrance was there. No. So if it called the trade here, let's go back. Right. And then it would have, yeah, this is not right. Let me see right here on this 30. All right. So let's see, it called to look for here. Now, price action. So it has to start looking here. Okay. So it looked here. Would have entered here on this trade right there. Okay, let's see what that would have done. Again, this one will be weeded out in the future, but let's see what this would have been done here to here. 7 pip, 8 pip drawdown, about a 30 pip up. Even on a terrible trade, it should not have taken this trade. I don't know why it did. It can't be reading something right. I know Keith said we have trouble with the sniper right now. He's redoing that. Well, anyhow. Yeah, and definitely the wrong call out for entrances over here. It's got to be, they all have to be really near each other. That's your first dead giveaway that something ain't right. What's up, Flacco47? Good morning. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. You can see this isn't right. All right. So you want to see all the calls, all these little lines should be really close to each other, not this far away. It can't be like that. So you automatically know something ain't right. Let's see. We're reviewing the robot, upcoming BRiBOT. So yes, okay, that's fine. Yep. All right, so now the spot was correct. This little color line, whatever color you want to call that, is correct. And then let's see what happens over here on the 30-minute. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, 30-minute right there. So after goes, yep, all three down low. White crosses here. Okay. Looks like here would have been the cross right there. So the debate is on whether Keith can get it to do it while it's crossing or not, but I don't care at this point. It immediately went up with no drawdown. It went up 84 pips. That's really good. Zero drawdown. If we'd put your stop loss in at break even, you would have been tapped, but let's assume that we get that worked out. You'd had about an 85 pip drawdown after that. So you'd immediately made 80 pips. And then if you would have held that, you'd had an 80 pip drawdown. Wow. And then just this push back up over here would have been 524 pips. Yep, we're right on the right schedule here. So yeah, about depending on how you, zero drawdown, 100 pip up, 200 pip up, and then you would have had a 70, 80, maybe 85 pip drawdown. So if you'd have had a dollar account, you'd have been drawn down $85, and then you would have went up $500, which is an exceptional 5-to-1 ratio there. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Nice. Good morning, Grant. Good morning, Caesar. Good morning, Flacco and Amy Lou and Jan and Taraya. And Sally. All right, does anybody have any questions over this trade right here that we just did? The robot is spotting what we need it to spot very nicely. It's spotting it perfectly. It's the entrances where it's having its major issues at. It's like hit or miss. It's either getting it right or it's like, missed a few things there. Let me make this a little bit. There we go. All right, we have another trade call. And they should be right next to each other. So this one is not correct. This would be correct right here. Oh my God. Okay, do I even have to go over this one right here? Look at how gorgeous this trade is. There can't be any drawdown. It would have crossed right here, right there. I don't see any drawdown whatsoever. Look at all the pips. Holy shit, this 1 hour is going to be a kick-ass time frame. Let's see what we got. So that would have been zero. Oh my gosh. This has got to be 400 pips or more. Zero drawdown, 429 pips. So you'd have put in a trade on this. You'd have had maybe $1 or $2 drawdown, whatever. And then it would have went up $429 on this trade. You imagine if we get one of these a week? You guys are making $500 a week, demo money only.
Demo trade only. I am not a financial advisor.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool right there. All right, I can't do this for much longer. I have to, I'm going to have to go here in about 34 minutes. All right, anybody have any questions over that trade? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The green line is your buy line in, and yeah, I nailed that one. Nice. Oh, it didn't go below. Fuck. We're looking at 1 hour. So I might stop after the 15-minuters. Oh, here we go. Is this a correct call? No. Look how far away those are. So the spotting of the trade was correct right here. And let's see how this would have been read then. Looks like a no call if you're going to ask me off the top. All right, let's see. All right. It would have, okay, now, Might have entered the trade right away. No, this is behind it. That's why. So it's this one right here, the center one. Hold on. Would it have taken this trade? Would have grabbed it right there on that center one. Let me go back again. Nope. Yeah, this one is where it would have caught it. All right, so let's go right there and see. Keep in mind, these are 30-minute, 1-hour candles. This might actually still have been a very good trade. It would have entered here on the orange. Look at that shit. Yep, that would have been here. At 20 pips, probably, well, it couldn't have been more than 10, 15 pips down, so that would have been a 20-pip gain. Absolutely would have took profit. Your take profit on the initial one is going to be the orange line previous, so you're probably be looking at a 5, 10, 15 pip take profit each time, and then if you guys let a runner run, that's when you'll make the compound, when you start making the extra money on that. So we're evaluating on the 1 hour, and we enter on the 30-minute. I'm getting that correct. Yes. That's all I would need, said Amy. Yay, Amy Lou, I cannot wait. All right. So we are evaluating on the one. Yes. Well, you're evaluating on all. Wait a second. Let me rephrase that. Yes, to a point. You're evaluating on the 1 hour, all 6 indices, the 30-minute, all 6 indices, and then 100 different things have to take place, and then up to 100 different things, well, over 100 things take place, and then you enter in off the 30-minute. Correct. That is correct. But no, you're not evaluating off the 1 hour. You're evaluating off of the 1 hour on 6 symbols. You're evaluating on 2 time frames, and you're evaluating over literally over 100 different possible movements on different indicators. That's how you're evaluating, but you are entering off the 30-minute. That is correct. Hope that made sense to everybody. Any other questions? Okay, no questions. Let's keep rolling. Let's go down to that 15-minute while we still have time. Oh, it's 10-minute and 15-minute. Might be 10. It might be 5-minute and 15-minute, but we'll see. All right, we're on some 15-minute. Aha, there we go. This one looks really perfect. Let's see it. Let's see this. We're on a 15-minute NAS. Let's see, the first thing, did it drop it correctly? Yep. Did it cross correctly? Yep. Did it read the entrance correctly? Oh, fuck yeah, it did. This is a gorgeous, okay. Now, how the robot can get things 100% correctly on something like this and then miss a 4-hour entry. I know Keith keeps saying it's the sniper. He needs to tweak the sniper, but wow. Look at that. You can see, this is how they should look. See how close they are? Bop, bop, bop. That's where they are. This is just perfection right here. Boop, 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 boop. Entry. Wow. Okay. So now that we got a perfect entry, you're welcome, Sally C. So now that we have our perfect entry, our perfect setup and trade, let's go ahead and see where this entry would have been and if there was any drawdown. And yes, I do this with Keith for hours a day, by myself for hours a day, with you guys for hours a day. But just remember, precious comes first. So today we'll probably go out, dinner, maybe a movie, go to the gym, something like that. We always have fun. Always. All right, so entry would have been pop right there. Okay. It would have gone up probably enough to take profit. 5, 10 pips. It would have went down about 10, 15, let's say 20 pips. And then, whoa. I don't even... It would have went up 300 pips. Wow. Oh, wait, is that 400? Hold on. Seems to be 400, seems to be a rolling number here, doesn't it? Let me see this. So if entrance was here, okay, entrance is there, I gotcha. So it would have caught the very bottom. Excellent, excellent trade. And to here, yeah, 400 pips. So 400 pips up. If you would have put $1 in, you might have been drawn down $15, $20 demo money only, and then you would have went up $400. Again, I don't know. We'll see if we pull off one of those every 2 weeks. I don't know. I'd have to go back and see how many times they're being called. Because then we got the 1 hours being called, the 15 minutes being called, the 4 hours. The 4 hours I know aren't often. When a 4 hour is called, it's going to make thousands of dollars, but it's also going to take time. It's going to be a very slow moving trade. The 1 hour should be okay frequency. And then these 15 minutes should probably be at least every other day. That depends if it pulls down enough. Probably the 3 minutes will be every other day as a guess. I'll know when I'm done with all this. I'll know exactly. All right, any questions on that trade? You want a textbook trade? There it is. That's what you need to do. Just like that. You're welcome, Sally. My question is, what is acceptable on higher time frames on drawdown because the movement is bigger? Depends on what symbol you're trading, not today, 1987. I.e., if you're trading US 30 and you're trading a 4 hour, you're going to have a drawdown that's going to break most people's banks. If you're on SPX on a 4 hour, I mean, I couldn't even imagine it going to 100. Probably it's going to be ridiculously high, would be 50. A 20 to 30 pip drawdown on SPX should be more than acceptable. And if you don't have enough money in your account to handle that, you shouldn't be trading. I.e., you put a 0.01 lot size. You don't do any options. You don't do any future contracts. You don't do any leveraging. Well, you'll have to have leverage because you can't control a full lot. But anyway, you just do a normal 0.01 lot size. It's $1 per pip movement. If it goes down 50 pips, you should be able to absorb $50. If you're trying to run, I won't even sell it to you, but well, you can do whatever you want with it, I guess. But if you're trying to run the robot on $50 on SP, you can't do it. I don't even think you can open up a fucking trade. Now, if you have 250, let's say a $500 account, and it drops down $50, you have to be able to eat that on SPX. And then if it goes up 100, 200 pips, like in this case, it would went up 100 pips. So maybe a 20 pip drawdown, 100 pip profit on a nice little run for SPX. But again, if you're using US 30, shit, boy, that same 50 pip drawdown could be 300-400 pips on US 30. Good luck. You can get your ass handed to you. Is there a 4 hour buy on Bitcoin? I just want to see if I'm spotted the trade right. Not quite what we're doing, Flacco 47, but I guess I can look. All right, any other questions on this before I look at Bitcoin for them? See, once the robot's reading the charts correctly, we're going to have the win rate I want. But right now, I'm not allowing anything to do with that shit. That's why we have to create it, then we have to test it. Lordy, we'll get it. Thank God we have the trade tracker so we can ourselves put every order of operations in and then track each trade ourselves. All right, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. All right.